And hello, here we are, back again for the stream. Um, today, today we're playing Morrowind. This is something I've absolutely been planning on doing since I started streaming. I love this game. It took me about 7 years to realize how much I loved it, but, um, yeah, I, one of my earliest memories of games is about Morrowind. Um, my older brother, I specifically remember my older brother playing an unmodified copy, or a base game copy of the Xbox version of Morrowind in our living room, and it was the ugliest, most janky, just dark, and I mean physically dark, not like thematically dark, but physically dark games I have ever seen someone play, and I loved every moment of watching him play it. I would specifically come out to the living room to watch him play Morrowind rather than other games like Halo or other things. I was allowed to play Halo, but he wouldn't let me play Morrowind. So all my life, or for years, I knew that Morrowind was a thing. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew it was a thing. And I just never played it until COVID hit. Once the pandemic hit, and we were all locked inside. Well, buddy's got Game Pass, and he's gotta let me borrow his Xbox. Well, let's play some fucking Morrowind. And so I played Morrowind for the first time, and I had so much fun, just exploring this old, high quality, just janky but well made world. And it was one of the most fun times I've ever had playing a game, but at the same time one of the most frustrating, having to figure out some of the puzzles and not having, like, I mean, given none of the puzzles are really all that hard, but some of them were a little bit obtuse. And I was smoking a lot of weed at the time, which really I would have thought would have made me better at the game, but it didn't help much. Actually, I'm gonna turn off this fan. Hold on a second. A little less noise. I always wanted to play Morrowind. Finally got the chance during the pandemic. Played the shit out of it. First character was a Breton spell sword, and ended up just being a mage that used the Daedric Crescent every now and then, but still a mage. And he was fun, very fun to play that character. Magic in Morrowind, as many people who have played this game know, is the most busted shit ever, and I love it. I love this game. It took me a long time to properly, like, orient my feelings about it, but I do love Morrowind. It's a great game. I highly recommend everyone play Morrowind, even people who don't like this kind of game. Just, I recommend, if you're gonna play Morrowind and you don't like what Morrowind is, first of all, I recommend you look into what Morrowind actually is. Like, I think you should look into the hit chance, the spell making. I think you should have, like, a base level of understanding of the function of Morrowind before you go in, because it's a little bit daunting if you just go in blind. Like, some things just probably aren't explained properly to a fully new player, and I wouldn't want to thrust somebody into the middle of, like, I don't know, some like a proper alchemy loop, like getting good ingredients and having good equipment and all that. Like I wouldn't expect an absolute amateur to be good at that. It's not hard. There's still a pretty considerable amount of luck in it, but I don't know. Whatever. I love Morrowind. I think everyone should play Morrowind in one way or another. Whether that's I really think everyone should play it base game, not base game, but Game of the Year edition with the DLC or with the expansions. I think Tribunal is such a like intricate for such a small and contained expansion. It's very intricate and very good, very like dense for content. There's like little bits of content here and there, and it's all in one fairly small, compact like DLC. It's pretty great. And then there's Blood Moon. Blood Moon, I like Blood Moon. Solstheim being a thing way back in Morrowind is like pretty awesome, but fucking werewolves in Blood Moon are bullshit. Fuck those goddamn monsters. So yeah. Well, I think that's probably about the most yapping I can do at the beginning of a stream before I actually start even playing the game. I mean, what else is there to talk about? It's Morrowind. It's one of the best games of all time, at least personally. Morrowind is the reason why I don't feel like playing new games. And especially modern Morrowind. And those of you who have played Morrowind before will know this is not the background of normal Morrowind, or the normal intro background of Morrowind. Normally it's just the symbol of the Tribunal with the Imperial Dragon overimposed. You know, here it's a custom title screen, because this is, after all, OpenMW. As you can see, I'm on an older version of OpenMW. They're currently on 0.49. I'm back on 0.48. I don't know when they released 0.49 properly, because when I was doing this, 0.49 was still in beta. The modpack itself, I'm back on a version back from November, like I said, and I checked yesterday, there have been several change logs since then, so there's no chance that this modpack is running exactly the same as it is now. And one major bit of forewarning, the PC I have is kinda shit. But Buddy does his absolute best. I don't really... I keep him clean. I do my best to keep him turned off and cooled down every now and then, because he works hard, but he's a little weak. He's a little underpowered. What can I say? Anyway, I'm gonna hope that, as bad as this runs with just YouTube on in the background, I'm hoping that streaming with this running is not going to kill my PC. I know this is a 20-something-year-old game, and I'm using OBS, so it's probably not that resource intensive. I'm only using 42% of my CPU. However, we've dropped 857 frames since the stream started. We're probably going to drop a lot more frames before the stream's over. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to properly do this, but in a little bit, we're going to go for it. So yeah, I guess I should probably talk actually about what I've done, or what this mod pack is. It's expanded vanilla. I know I said it was enhanced vanilla in the title. That was the wrong title. It's expanded vanilla. And I'm Can I edit it now? Probably not. I'll figure it out. I'll have to edit it later. Anyway. The expanded vanilla mod pack, mod list. Bit of a process to get it installed. It's really not that hard. Actually, the modding process is pretty easy. I figured it was going to be hard, but it's basically just entering a bunch of commands, and the every mod list has a guide that will go through every step with you. So don't worry about getting this properly modded if it's your first time. It's not that hard. It can be kind of frustrating if you don't know where everything is, but you should set everything up so you know where your mod download folder is going to go, where your Morrowind install is, where your OpenMW install is, where your games will. You should know where all these things are and have them on hand, and it will go really, really easily. I didn't the first time. I messed up the first install, and it just didn't work. So, highly recommend. First time install, follow the guide to a letter. And along with that, have like your folders and your file paths like ready to go before you start. Because otherwise it gets kind of frustrating. I don't know if there's anything else really. I think this is basically just, well, I mean, I still haven't talked about the fact that I've played this for, let's see, what's the time? 16 days, 15 hours? 16 days, 15 hours. Let's check the old Mr. Calculator. 16 times 24. 16 times 24 is 384 hours. I'm at 399 hours on this one playthrough. 400 hours on one character. He's only level 53. That's because of the leveling mods in the mod pack, but he's level 53. 400 hours. Yeah. I love this game. So, as we can see, my character's name is Feather Sindarin. You know, Feather Sindarin, he's level 53. Echo of Eternity. Echo of Eternity is a custom class. I don't actually know what the preset classes are, or what happens if you have the game-generated class for you. I've only ever done the custom class, because I kind of figured I knew what I wanted from the game. At least ever since the first playthrough. I think, actually, the first playthrough I did the questions. Yeah. But after that, I just did custom character, because I knew what I was looking for. So yeah. And now here we are. Last time I played it was a few days ago. Right before I went to bed. But, yeah. And I was exploring Skyrim. Because, well, like I said, I've played it for 400 hours. And, well, in that 400 hours, I've done a lot of quests. I've finished the main quest line of Morrowind. I've finished the 2 expansions. I didn't finish as in 100%. I finished as in did them. What else did I do? And I've done several of the mod quest lines. It's interesting. I love this. I love these drawings. These drawings are so fantastic. I wish these concept arts were used more in Elder Scrolls. And here we are. we're already in combat because it's Morrowind. No, it's not. How are we running? Is it F3? Yeah, 40, 50 FPS. 30 when it gets really unstable. 20 with the rain. Not too bad. Okay. I forgot how much shit pops up after that. Okay. Yeah, performance is gonna be bad on this stream. I don't think performance is gonna be anywhere near good on this. I could probably just lower some shit actually. OpenMW gives you a lot of options. So, I don't know why the FOV changed. That should be at 90. We don't really need to see that much of rainy Skyrim. Water shader is always on because it makes the water actually look like it used to. I'm actually running with less CPU right now. Well, that's great. Well, that's probably because I'm not actually playing the game. Some water stuff, so... Okay. Let's hope that worked. It did. It, like, tripled my frame rate. Okay. Or stabilized my frame rate, at least. Okay. All that other shit off there. I'm in no danger. Oh, well, I suppose I should probably show off my shit. This is Fethers and Darren. He is currently outfitted with, the Elton Brand, the one and only legendary sword, which you must obtain through the Elton Brand Easter egg. Bane of Tumblers, which is a custom enchanted Daedric Gauntlet. Very useful for suddenly opening every chest in a very required environment. Or, well, an environment where it very much requires you to open every single chest at once. Boots of Blinding Speed. They have been a little modified in this modpack, so now instead of 200% blind, it's 500%. Doesn't matter, you still 100% resist and it doesn't apply. Daedric Curse, that's the one you get from Mistress Therana. Same for the Greaves. Curse and Greaves came from the same quests. The Daedric Left Gauntlet, where did they get that from? I think that's just the Left Gauntlet that you get through normal Morrowind playthrough. I just put Restore Fatigue on it. Or wait, no. I think I got this from a mod actually. I believe a mod gave. There was a pair of gauntlets that just took the left one. Because I have Bane of Tumblers. Yeah, the left gauntlet was for the, there was a set. I think it was like Restore Health, like 1 point or something like that. Either that or this is a custom enchant, and I just completely forgot about it. No, this is a custom enchantment. I remember I made this custom enchantment because I was tired of running out of fatigue. So I just made it so I don't run out of fatigue. Well, through enchantment. There are several other ways I have for that, through the other buffs I have. Okay, I'll have to go through those in a bit. I probably won't actually be doing much playing for a while, because I have a lot of introductions to do. Then we have the Daedric Tower Shield, get that from a Golden Saint, if you're lucky. Restore health 15 to 20 points, I believe it's just an emergency heal for if I'm ever out of Magicka, which will never happen again. Face of the Vortitor, that's a modded item. You get it from a Daedric Shrine? I think you get it from a Daedric Shrine? Lord Mythat's Pauldrons, those are from OpenMW, or Tamriel rebuilds. The city, the Daedric City, shit. Belt of the Hoarder's Order, you get that from the main quest. I'm pretty sure most people through 4chan now would say nothing of value was lost. The history's still there. It's all been documented 100 fucking times. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm talking about the 4chan hack and out of nowhere. That was weird. Belt of the Horsator, that's from the main quest line. Exquisite shirt, it's just an exquisite shirt with restore health 2 points. Always do that. It's always either pants. Actually, I do have my pants. Ghillie Jean, water breathing, and Swift swim. Always do that. Not the Swift swim. I always do the water breathing at least, but on the pants. Restore health 2 points. That usually goes on the shirt. Moon and Star, of course, because that's just, it's nice to have. Ring of Elfborn, that is from some mod quest. That is something about the, that's for, Necromancy Expanded. Whatever that mod is that there is for Necromancy in this mod pack. Star Nuranar, that's from Rise of House Talvani. I love that mod. It is so cool, and this is such a cool item. The Sanctuary 50 points makes me just like nothing hits me. It's like a 50-50 for anything to hit me at all, and just nothing hits me. Night Eye 50 points is always helpful. Detect Enchantment comes in handy for the average Talvani quest, and Detect Key is always useful if you're, actually looking for keys instead of just unlocking every lock with something like Bane of Tumblers, or when you actually need the key. And then we just got random shit in here. I don't believe there's anything really all that notable. There's this cup. That's for the Rise of House Talvani, or Uvirith's Legacy. There's a mod in this mod pack that heavily expands what Tel Uvirith should have been, honestly. And it goes from a pretty mid-ass, honestly, tower to a really, really nice tower with a pretty cool amount of quests and other shit associated with it. Sorry, I had to hydrate. That's important. Yeah, Rise of House Talvani, and also works in with Uvirith's Legacy. This is from Uvirith's Legacy. Great mod. Really fun. Really expands on Tel Uvirith, Lord Uvirith. You get to meet Lord Uvirith and some other shit like that. So, yeah. Talvani House Talvani mods are always my favorite, though. I'm a avid member of House Talvani. Not the slavery thing, that's kind of cringe, but everything else is pretty cool. And then these Dwemer coins, I believe these are from the same mod that added a smuggler's den that you could take over and restore and bring, well, not restore, but take over and start running it. I believe these are from the same mod because they showed up on enemies that would, like, raid you. In there, I have a 0-star. I actually got a second copy of it. The first copy of it, the one that you get from the normal quest 4-0, I gave to the Tamriel built Mages Guild in Aimbra? Yeah. The guild leader there, he asks if you have the soul of one of the gods, so either Elmalaxi or Vivek, which I happen to have because I soul trapped Elmalaxia when I killed her. if you have it and bring it with you, when you finish his quest, he will ask for it, and he will give you a fuck ton of gold and a mid-ass robe. There's a staff. It's either a robe or a staff. Either way, it's not very useful. It wasn't useful for me at the time. It's probably useful if you just killed Amalexia, but it wasn't that good for me, so I just didn't use it. But that's the setup, and this is what my man looks like. I'm back. Quick save. I should mention, this is highly unstable. I can no longer quick load, and if I load, it crashes the game. So, if I ever have to... Minotaur, by the way, I know. Tamri, or, the Skyrim... The Skyrim mod is actually pretty fucking cool, but the creatures they add are fucking freaky. Please don't do the... Silt Strider yell. Every fucking creature in these mods has the Silt Strider yell now. Anyway, yeah, this is really unstable now. It's been unstable for the last month or two. I don't know what happened in the last month or two, but now anytime I save or anytime I load, it will just crash the game, no matter what. And yeah, it's really fucking frustrating because there's a lot of things I would rather not have to do, but one of them is not. There's a lot of things I'm okay with doing, but one of them is not restarting my game every time I want to fucking go back when I fuck something up. Especially when one of the guiding principles of the meta story of this game is that you have the ability to just go back at will, and it's okay. Never mind, whatever. That's the Elder Scrolls meta story shit. I like Elder Scrolls, and the deeper lore and the meta story are really awesome. Confusing, and they're no longer written well, but it's good. And then the other buffs I have active: water breathing, Lich. Okay, I should explain the Lich thing. So, one of the mods is Necromancy Expanded, or extra Necromancy, or some other shit. You get a whole bunch of Necromancy stuff. You get animated ghosts, or you can make ghosts out of black soul gems. You get a black soul trap, so you can actually trap human souls in black soul gems. You can have like skeleton companions. You can have ghost companions, zombie companions, all that. And there's also a ritual to become a lich. And to become a lich, you need to have a high quality amulet and 20 filled black soul gems, and be alone. And when you have that, you cast the spell. It's Ritual of Becoming. Yeah, Ritual of Becoming. Where'd it go? Oh. It would appear I've lost the spell. Anyway, there's a spell called Ritual of Becoming. And you cast the spell, you become a lich. And at that point, everyone hates you. I currently have I had a 20,000 gold bounty, and my reputation went from 122 to 4. So, you lose 118 reputation. Either that or it's a percentage. In which case, shit. Yeah, so I decided I was going to become a lich, and that has led me to a whole bunch of fucking buffs. Some of them I don't even remember what they were. And now we're going to go over the buffs, and then I'm going to actually play the game. At least for about an hour, maybe another half hour, 45 minutes. Because I got to go leave and go do something, so... Yeah, no. So the buffs I have right now are water breathing, two different sources of it. One of them is being a lich. Swift swim, feather. I normally had more feather, but this helmet sucks for everything but armor, so I can't actually enchant it enough for it to matter. Sanctuary, 55 points of Sanctuary, so yeah, how often am I getting hit? Star Nuranar and Lich. I have so much Night Eye. I can just see in the dark now. Tech Enchantment. I'm pretty sure that doesn't stack, so I just have 50 feet. Cure Poison. What? I've had that the whole time. Huh. Restore Health. Yeah. Magicka. 3 fucking points a second. That's so good. Restore Fatigue. 16 points of Restore Fatigue a second. It's just so good. The Shroom Elixir. I remember that was a fun mod. That was just was that just some random? Yeah, I think it was just some random dungeon, some random mod dungeon, and somebody made a whole dungeon around a mage that had discovered mushroom golems and shit. It's pretty awesome. Fortify Health. I have a lot of Fortify Health. Oh, I didn't even sell the Magister robes. Yeah. Yeah, the Archmagister robes. That's from the Dryas of House Tolvani. I believe I yoinked these from old Gothron when I killed him. Fortify Magicka, obviously skills. I remember what the Grim Lamp was. Tons of Fortify Magics and Magicka, that's why I have 600 Magicka. Pretty useful for Morrowind, I have to say. I can cast all of my spells. I will say, there's pretty much 100% on most of my spells. Other than, like, the absurd, like, ridiculous. The ones the spells I got just so I could get a specific spell effect. But a lot of resistance, resist fire, obviously. That's a modded resist fire, from Vela's Peace because I'm a Dark Elf. It's also they also changed Ancestor Guardian. I actually don't think they changed Ancestor Guardian. Resist Frost, so I just don't take frost damage, that's cool. Mara's Gift. So I do actually have just 50% magic resistance. I forgot about that. I don't remember where I got that from. I'm never getting diseases, any of them. Never getting poisoned, ever. 50% resistance to normal weapons, 20%. I have 100% resistance to paralysis. And then fortify attack whenever I attack with Elton Brand. So, yeah. We've got a pretty good setup here. We got a pretty good setup. And then I normally just keep this menu compressed a little bit, because it's normally so fucking big. Now, given it does make it hard to scroll through. But I have so many fucking spells. I've spent so much this playthrough as a mage, and I have so many spells. And scrolls. I have... Oh, did I even show out the Seal of the Archmagister? That's also important. That's like my emergency charm. I keep missing Dragonstar. Is it a goat? It is a goat. Body, you too. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a spot that I can find in Skyrim, because I want, so this character, Father Sindarin, I've used this character several times, not just in Morrowind, but also in Skyrim, and in Oblivion. Actually, I don't think I ever made an Oblivion version of Fathras, just Skyrim and Morrowind. Oh, it's a big wooden bear. Huh, that's pretty cool. have a better excuse for this. How many places Skyrim is? No, I've never made a Oblivion version of Fethris, but he has, at this point, traveled several hundred years through time. And so I'm going to use this playthrough as an excuse of how he's able to do that. And that's also explaining the Echoes of Eternity name. I actually, the first time I've done this is the second time I actually made Fethris. I had to remake him, because I messed something up at one point, but, Fort Vostangar. Vostangar, that's not a place in New Skyrim, is it? Vostangar? Clearly. Fethris, the first time I wrote, like, an actual description for what I wanted for the Echo of Eternity, but in essence it was just that the Fethris in Morrowind consistently, used magicka and spells to just break reality, and in combination with being a Telvanni Archmagister, always, but just being a Telvanni Archmagister, highly practiced with his magic, very well studied, because of that, among other things, like the fact he's in the Reverine, so he's immortal. And he's got a pretty good reason to have at some point discovered more of what Keem actually is. And I would say that as a character, Fethris Sindarin has just fully broken the bounds of the Elder Scrolls timeline and is just able to appear whenever he wants. And that's my justification for why he exists. And him achieving Kim the first time in Morrowind was the trigger for him becoming an Echo of Eternity. Before that, he was just a sorcerer, but he's now an Echo of Eternity. So, like, he spent most of his existence as a sorcerer. Now he's an Echo of Eternity. And the Echo of Eternity is just a sorcerer that has, like, transcended time and space through magicka, or through spells, or whatever. And for Fethris, the explanation I had for him now being in this version of Morrowind instead of base game of the year edition, Morrowind, is that this is an alternate timeline, the actual timeline, or, well, Fethris' ideal timeline, where House Telvanni was even more powerful than it ever was, where he did more exploring, where he did more, manipulating and messing with the Daedra, where he did more learning about the Dwemer, and exploring other planes, and so this is the version of him where the first version of him was him understanding how he could become this version of him. And, the Skyrim playthrough I did with Fethris, for that, my justification is that he, at some point, went to Skyrim itself, and just, I don't really have it. I had an explanation back when I first made the Skyrim playthrough, but I don't remember what it was. It was either like he got caught in like a magical field fucking with the Augur of Dunlane, when he wasn't supposed to, because that's what he does. I think it was that, actually, is that he went and met with the Augur of Dunlane, and then got caught in a fucking time field. Or... Something tells me that's not what it was. I think it might have had something to do with an Elder Scroll, actually. I think the explanation was, like, he went to Tamriel, or he went to Skyrim, heard about something on top of, you know, the Throat of the World, goes there and tries to use his magic instead of the Elder Scroll, because he doesn't know where he can find one. This is Sorcerer Fethris and Darin, not Echo of Eternity Fethris and Darin. So, Sorcerer Fethris, stumbles onto, or well, doesn't stumble onto, but goes to Throat of the World, uses his magic to try to, you know, see the past, or see what the time wound actually is, and ends up getting launched forward into the future. Now, it doesn't explain how he got from the Throat of the World to Southern Falkreath. We'll have to figure something out for that. Let me think. What's a good explanation to explain how Sorcerer Dark Elf from Morrowind's Dark Past, the Nerevarine, you know, how does he get from the time wound on the Throat of the World to the border of Southern Skyrim, or the southern border of Skyrim? Skyrim looks different. Well, it looks a lot like what it looks like in Skyrim, honestly. The view distance is a little lower than it should be, honestly. I've been playing with max view distance this entire time. It's probably time for PC Kun to rest a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I should have a name for it, considering I'm putting it through so much work, but... What do you call a PC? What if I called you something cool? Like honor? Just literally just honor.
You should have picked an
Yeah, because reference to Stormlight Archives, which I just finished the 5th book of, and I'm fucking fiending. I'm fiending for another one. Sanderson, give me another book. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I really like the Stormlight Archive books, and I really hope that he takes his time and makes a really fucking good 6th book. I've only known about this series for a couple of months, and I recently got my friend to start listening to it. He's listened to 2 books within like 4 days. Yes, we're listening to the audiobooks because we can't afford the physical copies. Animated tent entrances. That's not that impressive, actually. Let's just keep exploring. Exploring. I honestly don't recognize anything from modern Skyrim, so it's gonna be hard to say. What I wanted to do with this little explore Skyrim before the new playthrough. I don't plan on using this as my playthrough for Skyrim or for Morrowind. I want to start a new one. I want to see what like changes have been made to the mod packs. I don't think I want to do one with Tamriel rebuilt. I like Tamriel rebuilt a lot, but like it is a lot of shit to do. You don't have to do any of it. It's all entirely optional. This is a giant RPG, but man, I get really heavy choice paralyzation sometimes, and this game can really make me go through it hard sometimes, more than others. So black rat. Oh, black rat. Black rat. Black rat. Black rat. Creature. I know these other warm mouths. Fucking nasty thing. These are definitely not in modern Skyrim. I don't know why they aren't. They're probably in ESO, aren't they? Actually, let me check. I gotta check. This is important. So, worm mouth. Yep. Yep, they're from ESO. That explains it. But where are they from? Oh, they're from Hammerfell. Oh, so they're probably in Shadowkey. Okay. Well, that's... Shadowkey isn't quite what I would expect. Well, that explains a lot. Yeah, these are just creatures from Hammerfell that live in the happen to live in the mountains between Skyrim and Hammerfell. And well, this mod of Skyrim adds the Reach, which is the area between Skyrim and Hammerfell. Well, what is Shadowkey actually? Ashalmimikala. Why were they there? That's like an important ruin, and they had these there. Why? That's weird. Oh, no, I'm not fucking touching Shadowkey. Jesus Christ, that's on the fucking Nokia N-Gage or N-Gage QD. I don't even know what those are. I completely missed out on those, whatever they were. Well, at least you're in your ideal environment. Skyrim. Bleak, gray, wet. Alright, ghost. Huh. Lord ghost? Huh. I'm used to more, more, lightly melanated ghosts. Dead people. What happened here? I'm sure there's a quest that asks for explanation, and can give it. Or will be a quest for it. Just a bunch of fucking corpses and burned out houses. What the hell happened here? seems to be a real common mainstay of Skyrim, is burned out buildings and corpses. Like, no matter what era you were in or where you're... Oh. Oh. I thought this was called Satan's Land. But no, that wouldn't make any sense. Empty potion. What happened here? What the hell was going on in Skyrim during the second era? Or during the third era? I genuinely don't know what was happening in Skyrim during the third era. Yeah, maybe if I can find mark art or something, I can put it in there. Then that could explain how I started a Lich playthrough in Skyrim eventually. Ooh, what is this? A barrel, score on the barrel. That's not close to Skyrim. Score on barrow. I'm gonna end up checking the UESP a lot this stream, or the remainder of this stream, the last 20 minutes or so. Union of the Samba Schools of Sao Paulo. That's not what I was looking for. Scorund Barrow. Scorund. Nope. Man, that's the worst part about this. That I came to Skyrim because I was like, maybe I'll find a place that I recognize from the base game, or from Skyrim, and I can put my phylactery there, so that'll explain how I get here in Skyrim, if I ever start a Skyrim playthrough on this channel, which is, I do actually kind of want to do. The Skyrim is just a land of corpses. There's just corpses everywhere in Skyrim here. Or at least here in the Reach, which really isn't that out of the ordinary for the Reach. This place Hornburg? This is one big fucking fortress. If this all Hornburg. It's sky eels. It's not sky eels, they're snow rays. These are definitely an ESO edition. I just assume that any creature I see here is something from ESO. And that tends to be a safe bet. Hollow. It's you. I don't actually know how the lyrics of the Chinese Malay story go. This is clearly a Hagraven type area. Are these are Reachmen. You fools! They aren't Forsworn. These Forsworn don't exist yet. So they're just Reach one? Gurg. Good. Ah, I see the tribe's mother has shown up. I meant the goat. Yeah, these Reachmen have weird haircuts. Braca. Settlements? They're not Forsworn, so they're Reachmen. Really? I wonder, what do the Reachmen think? Living in these ruins. Did they wonder who built them? Or do they just assume it was the gods or the Daedra or whoever they worship? Do they ever think, maybe, that they could build something like this? They don't have to live in these skins and tents and hunt with sharpened bone and stick. I wonder. Do the Reachmen ever think of that? You know what? I think I'm just going to explore every square on the map. Pops up now. Given I am playing at a severely reduced view distance, so whatever there is not going to be popping in very clearly. Orbit. Settlement here? Oh, there was. Well, it's wolves now. I know exactly what I'm messing with. This happens to be something I'm very good at.
You're hardly a match for me.
Well, okay, fine. Fuck you.
A pleasure to meet you.
What's your name? Cat. That's suspicious. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe there won't be any parts of modern Skyrim in this Skyrim of 200 years before. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. I'll only be exploring for about another 10 minutes. I have other things I need to do, unfortunately. I'd much prefer to stay here. Do this all day, but duty calls. So 10 more minutes of exploring and fucking around. Raw iron. Raw. I love Dada. Say Dada. Yo guys, you guys know about Say Dada? I just fucking drop in and assassinate motherfuckers. Bros don't know what hit them. I just drop in and they're dead. Add your cavern. How about add your dick to my Sorry about that. Let me just go. Let me try hopping on this far side here. Let's see if I can find Markarth. If I can find Markarth, then I'll just leave my fucking phylactery there. I think I'm more likely to crash the game than find Markarth. Yeah. What is this? What fort is this? Dragonstar. Well, the Dragonstar isn't in Skyrim, though. Is it? No, it's not. Dumbass, you've been playing Skyrim since you were fucking 12.
Can I help you out?
Who are you?
Need something?
What? Since when do I have moon sugar? You know, it's always really funny when alchemists say, or when certain vendors will refuse service and then be like, oh yeah, you gotta get rid of that moon sugar. And then you open up their inventory and they're like, oh, you're diplomatic mission. Salutations, Reverend. Even in the high halls of the west we have heard tell of your deeds. I am Sharga Grobek, emissary of the mighty King Gortwog Gronagorm of Orsinium. Perhaps you would be interested in putting your talents to work once more. We are on a diplomatic mission, and we need your help. Oh, well, of course Orsinium works. Orsinium is the great western city-state of Orsimer. For the first time in centuries, we are proud to once again stand among the High Lords of Tamriel as a free and independent nation. Although we seek recognition as a province of the Empire, Orsinium needs no imperial stamp to certify its ascendant. Gortwog Nagorm, the wise and steadfast king of Orsinium, has sent me as his emissary to the Red Guards of Dragonstar. Oh, this is Red Guard settlement. Okay, cool. This diplomatic mission. Orsinium borders Red Guard territory to the south, beyond the Bullsay River. Months ago, King Gortwog's brother, Lakush Gronogorm, was slain in a treacherous night raid by warriors of the fanatical Red Guard cult of Diagna. Lakush's remains were brought to Dragonstar, and are being held in the Temple of Diagna in the western city. I must negotiate the peaceful return of Lakush's bones, but the Red Guard crowns have forbidden us passage through the wall. Perhaps the famed Nerevarine could change their minds. I will help you. I always like to see a civilized orc. I'm glad to have your help. I would recommend trying to arrange an audience with Prince Alec Tall, but Gorelius at the census office may also be worth speaking to. I'm in at the census, oh yeah. You could also go directly to the Temple of Diagna, but I doubt that the fanatics there would be reasonable. I am very persuasive. I'll go to the temple first. You know what? I guess I'm not exploring Skyrim. I think we'll be doing a couple streams of just fucking around in Dragonstar, maybe. Maybe a stream or two of fucking around in Dragonstar. I'll bring you guys along, and then I'm gonna see, where is Dragonstar normally on the Tamriel map? Yeah. Okay. Here's a. So we are way far west and south of Markarth. I'm way too far west and south. It'd be like way up here. Shit. Yeah, actually now that I'm looking at this map and trying to compare it sort of with the now that I'm looking at this map and trying to sort of compare it to where this stuff is, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find Markarth. It should be right around in here, I think. I think Areg is a little too close, and Whiterun is not on here. Farthest south it goes is Carthloston, which is on the rest of Tamriel, not very far south. I'm in Hammerfell right now. This is Hammerfell. I'm gonna try to. We're gonna mark here. I'm gonna mark this city because this place. This will be good for other things. Oh, also with this mod pack, mark gets expanded and you get several marks. Yeah, I'm gonna
Say your
I'm gonna try heading north and east. See if I can find Markarth. That's my really only main goal. I want to find Markarth, because that will give me some place I can, like, base where I can put my phylactery on. Shit. Yeah, this is gonna happen a lot. We got a lot of loading to do. Man, I wonder why Morrowind's so unstable now. I don't know, Schlango. What could it possibly be that's causing Morrowind to be so unstable now? As you can see, I just don't take damage. I'm so fucking tanky because of my armor, and then because of the fucking fortify HP, and then the restore HP per second. I'm so fucking strong. When this finally loads, I'm gonna quick save, and then I'm probably gonna end stream. Because this is getting very, very unstable, and I want to end stream before the game crashes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Goblin. Goblin D's nuts. I'll save one more time, then properly save, and I'm going to quit and end stream. Yeah, it's expanded vanilla, not enhanced vanilla. I don't know why I called it enhanced vanilla in the fucking title. It's genuinely just wrong. Alright, and we're gonna quit for right now. And, well, I want to thank everyone for coming. This was it was fun. I don't suspect that I'm gonna be like. Okay, then we're gonna just because I think it'll be funny. Oh, no, it won't let me do that. Okay. let's do that. I I like Morrowind a lot. OpenMW gives a whole new like level of enjoyability to Morrowind because of how much shit you can modify just in base game, or base OpenMW without any mods, and this is a version behind. I'm a full version behind the rest of the world who plays OpenMW, so you know, there's that. Um, I don't know, man. I'm glad I can play this. I'm glad it works. I'm glad it runs, and I'm glad that anybody who ends up finding this and watches it, I'm glad you stuck around this long, or you skipped to the end and just to hear me yap. I'll only be here for a few more minutes, but I don't know, man. Morrowind has a very special place in my heart. It's got a very special place in my heart, and then even beyond that, it's just a great game. So hopefully, I don't know what will eventually cause people to start watching my shitty streams, and probably gonna have to actually start fucking talking to people and advertising and doing shit like that. The one thing I didn't want to do because I just wanted to keep this on the DL, but I want people to see this. I want people to see me play Morrowind. I want people to experience Morrowind modding from the experience of somebody who loves modding games and loves Morrowind. I mean, it's not like that's a rare experience. I mean, shit, there's so many YouTubers who play Morrowind nowadays. Just look at Just Background Noise, Mickey D, the other challenge runners you get. What's the one guy's name? God, I can't even remember his name. And then you've got just great old reviews of Morrowind, like Seth's old review of Morrowind, or did did Mandalore do a video on Morrowind? I don't actually remember. I think he just mentions it every now and then. But I love this game, man. And I'm glad that it was something that I got to experience growing up. I'm glad it's something that I got to experience when I finally became an adult. And now that I've played the hell out of it, both as the developers intended and as Bethesda fans wanted from it, and I haven't even experienced everything. There's so much I've left undone. I can think of probably 3 or 4 quest lines in this mod pack that I've just not finished, that I could finish, and I just didn't. But still, I've put 400 hours into this playthrough, and of those 400 hours, like, probably 90% of them has just been doing quests. And, like, I really fucking like Morrowind, man. And I hope one day this, I don't know what I can do to help this to be something that people can see. I hope someday people will discover that, hey, there's this other guy who also likes this game you like. Or, hey, there's this cool game that you've heard about, and, well, it turns out there's a fuck ton of cool mods for it. You should check those out, too. You know, like, I really hope that someday that's what my videos and streams can become for somebody. But I'm gonna have to work at it, and I'm gonna have to learn a lot. So, to those who end up here, one way or another, thank you for sticking around or showing up. And to those who came here specifically to hear something, well, thanks for sticking around. Um, we got a long journey ahead of us, but well, the most important step is the next one, and it's time to take the next step. So, I'm gonna end the stream right quick. I've got other things to do today, so I'm gonna end the stream for today. I will. I hope I can be back soon. I think Sunday would probably be the soonest day I can come back. Maybe Thursday, actually. I could probably stream tomorrow, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I could do that tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow I'll be back. If anyone's actually here at this point in time in the stream, tomorrow I will be back. Tomorrow I will be playing more Morrowind. I will be sorry about that. I will be I'll be looking for Markarth. First of all, find Markarth. If I can't find Markarth, go back to Dragonstar. Beyond that, I gotta find a way to maybe I can add some of these places. Like find a way to add one or two of these little caves. Maybe that could be something else I do. How about like one day I just end up developing my own mods for Skyrim or Morrowind or both or whatever. Just so I can keep my own personal character story going properly through this universe of games. That would be cool. I do want to do that. That's one of the things I like about having Fethris be what he is. Having him be so magically proficient is like he broke time. He was able to like ascend beyond the king or the godhead. So now he just does whatever the fuck he wants to because I can do whatever the fuck I want to in this game. You know, that's my personal take on it. I don't like using the console. I don't use the console for that. Whatever. That's not what this. I'm gonna end the stream. I've been yapping way too fucking long. I think I gotta figure out how to channel this yap properly. Anyway, whoever's still here, thank you. Whoever's gonna be here, thank you. Whoever shows up, thank you.